Hi guys, Stuart here. Welcome back to week 3 of the blog. This week we are back into a 4-day training week. So the week will start today with a 4-mile easy run. Easy is going to be around about 10 minute 30 miles. We move on to Wednesday this week, which is a club run as it stands at the minute in the diary. But as I said to you in last week's video, this week's club run is actually a 5k race on the track where we did last week's intervals. So I've got 5 miles on the plan. We may treat it as a 5k race and do a couple of miles easy back afterwards. We may make the decision to put in last week's missed steady 5 from Saturday, Sunday and drop that into Wednesday. And then we've got steady 6 with a mile either side warm up on Friday. We've then got a 9-mile long run on Sunday. We're just about to head out on run number 1 for the week, easy 4 miles. So we'll drop in and out as we are going and let you know how we're feeling, let you know how the legs are, and then we'll summarise it, and as always we'll drop the Strava into an image at the end of today's part of the video. So thanks as always for listening, and I'll see you later, guys. Right, so we've just finished Monday's workout. 4 miles. We were looking at 10:30 average splits, and we've done a 10:19, a 10:41, 10:12 and another 10:41. So average is at 10:28 splits. That's meant to be an easy pace for me, but truth be told, that's probably closer to threshold than it is easy. So might have a look at that and see whether we adjust the easy pace to 11-minute miles. There's no real benefit to, again, just running everything at one speed. So all in all, the rest of the weekend's alcohol sweat out. Really good, comfortable run, if truth be told. Whilst it was at sort of a perceived effort of around 7, I guess, threshold-ish. It was a good, steady, solid 4 miles. Really good to see tonight as well. We were running the route I run quite often over an area called the Oxey around here, which is basically, it's an old rugby pitch, or old rugby pitches. There's quite a good little flat path runs around it all, and there must have been a ladies only running club out, I guess. There was about 20 ladies out running, doing a similar route to me, and without being rude to any of them, there was all shapes and sizes, slim, strong looking runners, through to people that were probably in a similar position to me a few months back. So really good to see that. Most of them were polite and said hello, and I was similar. Attempted to speak to all of them. There were a couple that didn't say hello, but I think that may be partly because they felt a little bit conscious. I don't know, but one thing, guys, if you're out there on a run and another runner, a cyclist or walker, dog walker, whatever, passes you, just say hello. Thank them for moving out their way. Sounds really simple, but so many people that you run past, runners, don't say hello, don't acknowledge. We're all out here doing the same thing. So just bear in mind, guys, when you're out and about on the road, paths, tracks, wherever you are, always say hi. That might just give somebody a spur to give them an extra kick, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, an extra mile, whatever. So as always, I'll drop tonight's Strava run on to the end of this part of the video. We'll be back in on Wednesday for a still to be decided how I'll have a conversation with Sam later or tomorrow, and we'll make a decision. We'll either be running the South Derbyshire Road Runners. There's a club championships race on, which is an all entry race, but it counts towards our club champs, which I'm not really involved in. But so that's a 5k track race on Shobnall track. We might do that and then have a couple of mile run back after we've completed the 5k. Alternatively, we'll drop the club run out this week and we'll pick up Saturday's steady 5 session, so we'll end up doing 7 miles, but we'll see where we are. I'll let you know Wednesday before we go out running. As always, for now, see you later. Right guys, we're back in now here on Wednesday, so we are just about to go out for we're going to pick up and do last weekend's steady session. So we're going to target 5 miles at somewhere between 10 and 10:30. We're pushing towards 10. I'm going to see how that sits, whether that's truly steady or whether that's threshold or potentially beyond. So we'll see how we're sitting. We've got a mile warm up on the way down, and then depending upon where the route leaves us, where we end up, we'll try and fit some warm down into there as well. So we'll jump in and out whilst we're on the route and let you know how we're feeling. See you in a bit. Right guys, just drop in on first mile running 11:30s, just a warm-up mile, and see how the legs loosen out, bounce out, and then we'll kick down a little bit from there. Legs are stiff, shins especially, so we are now going to a point where in reality I've not been before in a training block or session. We're now on week 3 every other day, so consistency's picked right up in the amount of running. Mileage is higher than I've ever done consistently in 1 week or 1 week on a regular, so we just keep trying to push it on. Legs are loosening almost with every stride, so we'll drop it back in after a couple of miles and let you know how we are. Right guys, just walking back up the hill having finished. Really disappointed, to be honest, with tonight's run. The pain in my shins never got any easier. In fact, in my left shin, my left leg, it got considerably worse. I was in agony every time I touched down on my left foot. So the plan was tonight to do 2 loops of the route I've just done, which would put me about 5.5 miles, and then pick up another mile around the normal track around a field we normally run around. But really couldn't have carried on. Well, I could have done, but being as close to Manchester as we are in 4 weeks time, just over, I don't want to run the risk of getting injured. We're on a 4-day week this week, so we've got 4 sessions. We also did Sunday, so you get to Sunday this week and I'll have ran 5 out of 7. So frustratingly, I've just made the decision to give it up today, have a walk home. I guess, if nothing else, it's proof that you're going to get problems in training blocks. You're going to get things that cause you issues. Hopefully this isn't an injury, it's just I'm a little bit tight, or maybe even something as stupid as I've over-tightened my laces or something, and I'm not getting the right blood circulation. We'll have a look and see, I don't know. But I'll drop the Strava up and you can see where we are, and then we'll drop back in and pick up for Friday's run. Cheers guys. Hey guys, right, so you join me back here on Sunday's long run. Since we were last on, as you know, we cut short the Wednesday run through to a bit of fatigue in the legs, I think it was, more than anything. Just didn't want to do myself an injury, so life got on top of me on Friday. Stuff came up and meant we didn't get time for the steady 5 miles as it should have been. So we ended up missing that. So we're now heading out onto our Sunday long run, which is targeted at 9 miles. We'll see how we go. We may add a little bit more into it. We're going to try and add a bit more intensity into it. So probably do 5 miles at easy pace, and then we will gear up, and the last 4 miles will build up to a little bit more like goal pace, race pace, to just see how we're going on that. So I'll try and dip in and out as we're on the run, but conscious that it'll be busy roads, so we'll see how we go. But yeah, we'll pick up on hopefully somewhere during the run. If not, we'll pick up on the other side and we'll give a quick review as to how it's gone. Right guys, we're 2.5 miles in. We've gone off like a bit of a coiled spring like normal. About 10:30s. Plan was 11 to 11:30, so we've gone off quick. But legs are feeling good. Very warm out again. We'll pick back up in a little while, let you know how we're feeling, see whether this start is going to cause me problems at the end. But in reality, come Manchester, there's a probability I'll get dragged along with the crowd, so it's not a really bad thing getting off a bit quick and getting used to it. But pick back up in a little while and let you know how we are. We've just ticked over 5 miles. We're running relatively consistent. Continue on the track we're on. We run 10:33s as an average for the 9. Pretty flat today, simulating what Manchester's going to be like. So rather than kick it down a gear, I think I'm going to try and tick along around about this 9:33, 9:34 pace. Try and get the duration done at that pace. I think that'll be a good insight as to where we're truly going to be on half marathon day. So pick back up towards the end and let you know how we're going. Right guys, just ticked into the last mile. We're tracking average 141s throughout the 9. Backed off a little bit the last 2 miles into a bit of a headwind and just a little bit of fueling, not fatigue, but just starting to feel it a little bit more. Still only at about 65% still, but decided just to back off, to get in and get comfortable. So
pick up, round up the video and the week when we get back home. It, as normal, we'll plan to arrive around the foot of the hill and then walk up the hill to home. So, catch you in the garage.
So, as you can see, guys, we didn't bother going into the garage after yesterday's run. We're now on Monday, and we'll just take a couple of minutes to look back across the week's training. And what a strange week it was, really. We started Monday with easy run day. Should have been a 4-day training week. So easy run day Monday, and the training plan said to run it at 10:30s. So we ran 10:28 averages for the 4 miles. And if truth be told, Monday evening after that run, I was a little bit worried, I guess, for Manchester and the sort of the target time we've got of sub 2:10 as it stands at the minute. We were running at 10:30s, which felt like threshold, slightly quicker than threshold. So it made me think a little bit about whether we need to revise the plan down to, or the target down to maybe 2:20 sub or something like that. So we'll look at how we progress and what the thoughts are at the end of the week in a second. But so yeah, easy run Monday. It was a good run, especially after the day before where it had been a hangover run. So we moved on to Wednesday. As I'd said in the video or along the video, it was a club run, but club run this week was 5k race. So we decided not to do the 5k race. We were going to try and pick up last week's steady 5 that we missed, and try and build a bit of intensity into the Wednesday run. We got out, or as I got out, my legs were really sore, my left leg especially, almost teetering into sort of shin splint type territory. Did warm-up mile at around 11.5 and thought try and shake it off. We ended up pulling up just under 3 miles. The plan was to do 2 loops and then a bit more to make it up to the total 7 miles with the 5 mile steady target. We ended up pulling up. I was in quite a bit of pain every time I put my left foot down. It was starting to get worse and worse. So rather than run the risk of doing an injury, just made the decision to pull up just short of 3 miles. I think we ran around about 11:30s across the board for the 3 intervals, the 3 splits, and then walked up the hill. A little bit disappointed, a little bit frustrated because the legs were struggling. But the plan was to then give it a day or so's rest and go out again Friday, see how we felt Friday, and then. So the week got on top of me a little bit, if truth be told. Friday came and went. We didn't get a run in on Friday. Worked into sort of early Friday evening, and then bits and bobs at home going on. So just didn't get out. And to be fair, whilst I was disappointed not to have got out, it should have been 4 miles steady with a mile warm up, mile warm down. It was actually probably a good thing. It gave me that longer rest period. So we then went into 9 mile long run on Sunday, and didn't feel in tip-top condition, was tired. I'd not eaten in the morning before I went out at lunchtime, but I had been out and had some food and that the night before, and a late night and other bits and bobs. So I sort of probably wasn't expecting a lot from the 9 mile long run on Sunday. In actual fact, loved it. Did what I always do and went off too quick to start. So we went off, I think 10:19 was the first mile, something like that. and we were floating around about 10:30 average mile pace up until probably around about mile 7. So mile 7 we dropped off a little bit. I made the conscious decision to just back off a little bit at mile 7. My original plan was to go out and do 4 miles at about 11:30 and then kick up for 5 miles and try and run 5 miles at race pace. But like I say, we started quick, felt good with it as well, so I decided to sit at that and see how the legs would last. Didn't take my flip belt out with me, so I got no energy gels, I got no fluid, no nothing. So I did start to feel that in the last probably half a mile or so, and the intensity really started to dwindle out of me a little bit at that stage. But I think that was in my head as much as anything. I knew I'd not taken on much energy. I knew that I was finishing the run relatively shortly, so I just sort of backed right away. So all in all, as I say, it was a mixed bag of a week of training. I started the week relatively high, albeit a little bit worried about the target I was setting. Midweek was a massive frustration with not having or pulling up with what I think now is fatigue rather than injury, and then we missed the run completely, and then finished the week on a real high, and actually feel quite optimistic that, you know, the target for race day is potentially around about that sub 2:10, maybe sub 2:15, but potentially, you know, goal A being sub 2:10, and we'll look at that in a bit more detail as we progress on. So yeah, week 3 marathon training done, complete. Roll over into week 4. So just a quick review of week 4's training. Monday rest day, Tuesday easy 10:30s, 4 mile easy. Wednesday rest. We've got Thursday is interval day, so we've got 6 2-minute on, 1 minute off sessions. So target for the 2-minute on will be 9:15, and then 1 minute off will be a jog, a walk, slow jog recovery. What I'll try and do with this one is progression to the last interval session we did will be to actually jog the off rather than walk. The speed, the pace is a little bit slower, so 9:15s. We were between 8:30s and 9s on the previous interval session. We're out to 9:15s there or thereabouts. Fewer intervals, but 4 longer, twice as long, so 2 minutes. So yeah, so that's Thursday, and then Saturday we're into a steady 6. So targeted 10-minute miles. Mile either side, warm up and cool down. So we'll cap the week on around about 16.5 miles. So it's a relatively down week, with it only being a 3-day session, 3-day training sessions. But yeah, looking forward to it. I'm now starting to feel like I'm in a reasonably good place. The fatigue did kick in and concern me a little bit, but yeah, now starting to feel pretty good. So as always, guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you can see when the videos drop. Drop comments into the comments box below with your suggestions for runs, information you want to find out, you know, videos you'd like to see me do, etc. Over the course of the next couple of weeks, we're going to start to put the race kit on that we're going to be working in, and just make sure that the kit's all right, everything's good, etc. So yeah, we'll pick back up next week. We'll look at the 3 sessions throughout the week, and let you know how we're going from there. See you guys.